Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something pretty personal and maybe universally resonant. We're looking at some really candid sources around Ben Stiller and, well, the kind of painful realization he had. Our mission here is to unpack the insights he shared about, the cost of prioritizing work, that creative perfectionism over being truly present with family.
Yeah, it's that classic struggle, isn't it, for anyone really driven by what they do? And we really have to start with this one detail that just jumps out. Stiller called cutting his own daughter Ella from a scene in his movie The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. He called it the worst decision I ever made in my life.
Wow. Okay, that sounds really intense. For what seems like, on the surface, just an editing choice from years ago. Why frame it like that?
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't really about the specific scene cut itself. Stiller himself admitted it was more about his own issues with my own obsessions with my work or perfectionism.
Okay, so the cut was symbolic of something bigger.
Exactly. It felt like the film, the project, that perfectionism came first, and maybe the connection with his daughter in that moment felt secondary or disposable even to getting the work right. It highlighted this pattern, tying his whole identity up in the work output.
And there's this layer of irony, too, right? Because Stiller himself grew up with very famous, very busy parents,
Yeah.
Jerry Stiller and Ann Meara, always on the road. He knew that life and apparently wanted to do things differently. But it sounds like he still fell into a similar trap.
He really did. And the truth came out pretty raw in a documentary he made. His kids gave him some feedback that must have been tough to hear. His daughter, Ella, she's 23 now, she told him, I literally can't ever remember you being around when I was growing up.
Oof. Just
Yeah.
hearing that directly from your child, that must land hard. Like a total lack of memory of your presence.
Uh,
Yeah, brutal. And his son, Quinn, he echoed that feeling.
he did, yeah. Quinn's 20 now. He explained that because his dad wore so many hats, like director, actor,
Oh,
producer.
juggling everything.
Yeah. Fatherhood sometimes just would come last. It could put a damper, as he put it, on family time, even when they were supposed to be on vacation. Stiller apparently thought he was managing it all, flying back weekends, making it work on paper.
Thought he was pulling it off.
Exactly. But then he had this really difficult realization that, quote, it was the same thing I was going through as a kid.
Mm.
He even went so far as to say, I probably fed up more with my kids than my parents did with us.
Wow. That level of self-awareness, admitting that even knowing the pitfalls, the drive to achieve, still kind of took over. That's incredibly relatable for a lot of people, I think. So, okay, stepping back from that pain,
Mhm.
what's the core lesson? What did he figure out?
Well, connecting the dots, Stiller really seemed to grasp that time when kids are young.
Hmm.
It's foundational, those bonds you build then. You don't get a do-over. And the key insight, the big takeaway he shared was this. Your kids aren't keeping score on your career.
Right. They don't care about the awards or the box office numbers.
Not really, no. What they want, what they need is a parent who's just emotionally present and supportive of them. That's it. That's the scorecard that actually matters in the long run.
And it seems like making that shift wasn't just theoretical for him. We see it play out in his personal life with his wife, Christine Taylor. They'd separated back in 2017, and he mentioned that separation really strained things with the kids, too.
It did. And the shift in priorities had to become real, applied to his marriage as well. They ended up reconciling, interestingly, while quarantining together during the pandemic. And Stiller's take on it is fascinating. He said the breakup, while obviously hard on everyone, was maybe the best thing to happen to Christine and me,
How so?
because it forced them not to take the relationship for granted anymore. By recommitting to that core bond, prioritizing that connection, he felt he naturally became a better parent as a result.
So you have someone who reached, incredible heights of creative success, admitting that chasing that success feels empty compared to just being there, being present emotionally. It really makes you think, doesn't it? If someone like Ben Stiller, at that level, says his biggest regret is time lost to chasing work perfection,
Mm.
what does that mean for how you, listening right now, might be prioritizing your own time and energy?
Hmm. And maybe the final thought Stiller leaves us with is that this whole process, looking back, acknowledging the past, trying to mend things, it's never going to be perfect. It's messy. But you have to acknowledge what happened, try to find a way forward, and maybe there's value just in that vulnerability in the trying. That, as he put it, is just life.